Some people say the best feeling in the world is being around your loved ones. Others say it's something like gambling. To me, the best feeling in the world is easily fleecing your friends in a dynasty trade or redraft trade. I don't care. Best feeling in the world, bar none. That's what we're going to be talking about today with 5 dynasty buy low running backs. One of my favorite topics on the entire show. Before we get into it though, if you guys could, go down and give this video a like. I'm answering every comment, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. And subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on. It is the #1 way to support me. It's completely free and it would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you guys all so much. We did just hit 250 subscribers as of yesterday, and now we're already at 260. I mean, it is mind-blowing to me. Thank you guys all so much for the support. Either way though, we do have some of the riskiest buy lows here, so be sure you stay tuned till the very end. But let's kick it off here with Miles Sanders.
It's a give to Sanders, and he surges ahead.
And Miles Sanders is one of the most interesting buy lows to me. For one, he is 26 years old, so he is no spring chicken. He is getting up there in age quite a bit. You probably realistically only have 2 or 3 great years of production left out of Miles Sanders. But that's absolutely fine if you are a contending roster. And I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, why would I go out there and get Miles Sanders? There are much better running backs out there. There's guys like Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb, who are much better at the position and will produce more fantasy points. And yes, that is true, but the cost associated with those players is significantly higher than the price you are going to pay for Miles Sanders, especially on this Carolina Panthers team that a lot of people don't think is that great, but I actually think is better than people are giving them credit for. First of all, they have a league average offensive line according to Pro Football Network, which is absolutely fine for Miles Sanders to run under. But 2, you bring in a rookie quarterback in Bryce Young, who is not nearly the mobile quarterback that Jalen Hurts is. In fact, Bryce Young is not a mobile quarterback at all. So if you are looking at this situation, we should see a pretty heavy uptick in Miles Sanders' overall targets, closer to what we saw his rookie year when Carson Wentz was throwing him the ball, where he was able to have 63 targets, 50 receptions, and over 500 receiving yards. Well, 500 receiving yards is a lot. We might not be able to expect that again. We could easily see 60 targets for Miles Sanders this upcoming season. And if we see the type of rushing attempts we've seen this last season with 259, we should see Miles Sanders stepping into a workload that could project him to be a low-end RB1, high-end RB2 this upcoming season. And if you are getting that for either a late first, early second round pick, I am 100% taking that every time. Another great thing about the Miles Sanders acquisition is the fact that the Panthers went out and paid him so much. I mean, 4 years, $24 million at the running back position is something that very few running backs are able to get. Most running backs at this point are just getting franchise tags. I mean, look at Saquon Barkley, look at Josh Jacobs. Miles Sanders was able to secure a long-term deal with this team. Yes, the team can get out after 3 years, but even still, 3 years is more than enough time to win a championship for you if you are a contending roster. And Miles Sanders is not going to cost nearly what a lot of these other players are going to cost. That's why I think Miles Sanders, a phenomenal buy low running back right here, considering right now he is the running back 20 over on Keep Trade Cut. Either way, let's move on to my next buy low running back, and that is...
There's the stick on by Singletary. Strong run.
Devin Singletary. And I know, Devin Singletary, a disgusting name. Not somebody that you're going to be all that proud to trade for, but at the same time, Devin Singletary is consistently a decent running back at the NFL level. I mean, he has never had a season under 150 carries since he joined the league, having 151, 156, 188, and 177 since he joined the league. Not only that, this is somebody who has never had below 950 yards from scrimmage since coming into the NFL. And in the past 2 years, he's finished with almost 1,100 yards, 1,098, and 1,099. So this is somebody who does get it done pretty consistently on the ground, but he's not somebody that's going to cost you nearly the price tag of somebody with the production that he can potentially have this next season. As right now, over on Keep Trade Cut, he's coming off the board as the running back 49. And yes, I know this is one of the riskier buy lows that I am advising here, but at the same time, we do see the Texans bringing a new coaching staff with DeMeco Ryans, meaning that they are not attached to Dameon Pierce as a running back. And well, I'm not saying Dameon Pierce is nothing. I think Dameon Pierce is a good value as well. The primary running back that they elected to bring in this offseason was Devin Singletary. They could just like Devin Singletary more than Dameon Pierce. And while I'm not saying it's likely, while I'm not saying it's the most likely outcome, it is entirely possible. And at the running back 49 price point, I am more than willing to go take a shot on Devin Singletary. Worst case scenario, it does not work out for him, then you just burn, but you're not trading a first round pick for him. Heck, you might not even need to trade a second round pick for him, as the people going right around him, Zach Evans, Israel Abanikanda, these are third round players over in Dynasty rookie draft. So I think you could trade a third for Devin Singletary realistically and be fine. Maybe 2/3, but thirds generally pretty much never work out anyway, so I am fine trading 2/3. over for Devin Singletary. Next up, I want to talk about Alexander Mattison.
But it's going to be Mattison. Mattison slips through. Mattison stays on his feet and scores.
And this is easily the riskiest of buy lows. But let me tell you why you need to go out and get Alexander Mattison. Alexander Mattison, a phenomenal running back in his own right. Alexander Mattison has shown talent at the NFL level since he stepped in. Yeah, pretty much his entire career, he's been a backup to Dalvin Cook. Right now, there are a few question marks with Dalvin Cook. The Vikings could easily elect to move on from Dalvin Cook either pre-June 1st or post-June 1st. So no matter what, they have ample opportunity to go out and get rid of Dalvin Cook. Second off, they sign Alexander Mattison to a 2-year deal, which is great for the job security of Alexander Mattison. Not only that, when Alexander Mattison steps into the Dalvin Cook role, when Dalvin Cook is injured, Alexander Mattison is phenomenal, averaging over 115 yards per game and 0.8 touchdowns per game, meaning you're getting a touchdown almost every game from Alexander Mattison and tons of upside in the rushing and receiving game. While these numbers probably will go down if Mattison starts full-time, Alexander Mattison should still be stepping into a great role in this offense if Dalvin Cook is moved on from, and it is entirely possible that Alexander Mattison would not cost you a first-round pick. I am absolutely fine going out and spending a second, maybe a second and a third-round pick to go out and get Alexander Mattison on the promise that if Dalvin Cook is gone, Alexander Mattison is easily worth a first-round pick. Either way, let's move on to my next player, and that is A.J. Dillon.
Dillon steamrolling people all the way in for the touchdown.
And so A.J. Dillon, another player that's in a really interesting spot. And so for one, right now there is a lot of turmoil over in this Green Bay Packers offense. You have Jordan Love stepping in as the new quarterback one with Aaron Rodgers' departure. You have Aaron Jones still in front of A.J. Dillon. But I'm here to tell you, you should not be worried about Aaron Jones in the long haul for pretty obvious reasons. This is somebody who right now is 28 years old and was drafted in this 2017 NFL draft. And if we take a look at all these running backs in the 2017 NFL draft, you're going to notice that a lot of these running backs, the wheels are starting to fall off. I mean, you have Joe Mixon, somebody who last season was one of the most inefficient running backs in the entire NFL. You have Alvin Kamara, who's declined the past 2 seasons. You have Leonard Fournette, who's not even signed to a team at this current point. Kareem Hunt, same thing, not even signed to a team at this current point. Yes, there are some great players who are still chugging along. Mainly, you have guys like Christian McCaffrey, guys like Dalvin Cook. But at the same time, most of these running backs are starting to age out. There is more concern by the day that these running backs are getting older and older. And since we've already seen the wheels fall off for some of them, we should logically see the wheels fall off for the rest of them rather soon, probably within the next 2-3 seasons. I think Aaron Jones is no different at this current point. Not only that, they've shown faith in A.J. Dillon over the past 2 seasons, with him having almost 200 carries over the past 2 seasons, and an average of 40 targets over the past 2 seasons. Well, this is not insane levels of production. It is good enough. And with Aaron Jones only getting older, we should see this workload only increase as time goes on. Anyways, that's going to be it from me. Hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, go smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is the #1 way to support me. It's completely free. With that, though, guys, as always, have a good day, a good night, and a good life.